International and author of 2 books on unmasked bullying and budget fitting. And she's here today to give us an update on I Hope, which is her wonderful organization that she established in 2014 to empower and equip women and children with education, health, and everything they need to be more powerful. So without further ado, Rose, take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Greetings, Rotarian. I'm so excited to be here on a different platform. It's such a hot one. Never asked to be a speaker. Whew. It's tough, but I'm glad I'm here. And I want to thank everybody, to those who have given me the opportunity to be a Rotarian. I want to recognize Christopher. I want to recognize Deborah Williams and Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed is my cry buddy. I go there to cry. So thank you all, and I have gotten all the support from the team that is here. Please allow me to say thank you. I'm glad to be a Rotarian. Who am I? Let me start with that. She mentioned the good part. I'm going to mention the bad part about me. People never want to hear about the bad part. The bad part is that I love to give my best at all times, physically, emotionally, and with all my heart. Doesn't sound bad, but that's okay. I'm here to introduce you to I Hope. As she mentioned, I Hope is an international health, operation, education, and empowerment to the youth and women, both locally, internationally, and making sure that we are able to create educational awareness to the individuals, young or old, through mentoring, and more so, encompassing a whole human being. When you are whole, your health is taken care of, your education is taken care of. We are working with the people within the Tampa Bay as well as within the national USA and also abroad internationally. Currently, our projects are based in Kenya and here in Tampa along Terrace, Fowler and Terrace, where we are working with refugees. Why did I start doing this? The reason is I was never to go to school because in Kenya, where I come from, women are not supposed to be going to school. Theirs is to grow at 14, get married, and proceed on, have kids, and the cycle continues. I was very fortunate to have people who supported me through this situation, and I went through school. My father did everything, sacrificed everything, and refused to allow that system where women or girls are not taken to school. So he offered and made sure that I did go to school. And many people said, why are you doing this? This girl is gonna go and leave you alone and you will be suffering after paying all these school fees. So why bother? But he defeated the norms, and here I am. I'm representing those women, young girls who never had this opportunity of education. Hence, I Hope stands for International Health Operation, Education, Patient Education and Empowerment. You ask yourself, why patient? I was an educator for a long time. I knew the difficulty that there are for students going through, being labeled weak, not smart and all that stuff. But with nurturing, they are able to do well. Allow me to share my screen as I talk to you about what I Hope is all about. Thank you. I hope I know how to share. Okay. There we go. So I hope you can see the screen, correct? Just a wave of hands. Thank you. So as I said, I hope is a collective vision for Americans. I'm an American right now, and Kenyans that are locally within here and out of this area, we come together to make a difference in a community, doing outreach, which fortunately I am glad I'm part of Rotary and I know what it takes to do that. So we are helping to provide women and youth in empowerment programs that allow them to fish for themselves, not us feeding them. So it allows individuals to think beyond what they are given and proceed on to better themselves and better their surrounding. We believe in, when you educate a woman, you educate a village. When you educate a man, no offense men, you just educate one man. That man can be kind enough to help the other within the society or just feel good and continue on with life. However, when we educate women, they tend to remember that there's a community that brought them up. I am the community that was brought up by that kind of mentality. I want to say thank you to Christine. Christine this year was able to join us in the administration. She is our treasurer. And she was very kind enough. I didn't name them, but everybody knows who Christine is. Thank you, Christine, for being our treasurer. We do have the other 5 admin. They are all over. We have 2 in Texas, 1 in Michigan, 1 in California, and 1 in Canada. So we are an international organization hoping to do something that is uniquely for the people, by the people. Our highlights. In 2014, we were able to receive uniforms that were donated by these major well-wishers as well as parents. Parents of the school, as I said, we have the attitude of please help me help you. So the parents came along and identified the students who did not have uniform, and we were able to come together and give them uniform, and 200 children who were very much in need of this uniform were able to receive that. 2018, we had a lot of things going on. 2017 and 2018, we managed to put our organization together. Then we had Jackie as one of our treasurer, and we budgeted of how best can we reach these students so that we continue on. So the idea of bringing books came along, and we went to our friends again, because we are all volunteers in this organization, and we believe that lending a hand can be either financially or whatever way you think, just like we do it in Rotary Club. So we were very fortunate that this occurred, and we went ahead and distributed books to over 15 schools in the rural village where they don't have a library. So in 2016, we collaborated also with an outreach of Tampa here, the one I was talking about in Temple Terrace, the refugees. We were teaching them how to be able to identify what American culture is, and also how to speak English, which was a little bit difficult for them. So I hope stepped in to help them in doing this. In 2017, as I mentioned, we were very fortunate enough, and I want to say thank you officially now that I'm presenting. The Fishhawk Rotary Club Foundation was among the well-wishers that enabled us to send over 5,000 books to Kenya. And these 5,000 books distributed in 15 schools, we now have at least 10,000 students who are able to read a book that they were not able to at all. So this has been a very progressive adventure that we did, advocating for literacy in the rural village, and we were able to get great friends to support us to ship these books. Most of the books we got from the well-wishers, and also from the Books of Africa, which deals with books, but shipping was a problem, and that's where I hope Fishhawk Riverview Rotary Foundation came in. Please, thank you from deep down in our hearts. I Hope was designated a 501c3 designation in 2017. So we work as volunteers. We try to help the community perform better. We sponsored 2018 Coca-Cola widows. These are widows who are able to take their kids to school. And as I said, they don't expect to be given. What they do require is help us help our kids to go. So we were fortunate enough to raise funds through Friends Again and took $500 to them, and that is in Kenya shillings 50,000. They distributed amongst themselves, as you can see these women here, and started small businesses, microfinance. We were so surprised. 2019, they gave us a really good report. I wish every organization could follow what they did. They multiplied it × 2. So now, at the moment as we speak, they were able to have at least 150,000 Kenya shillings. How did they do this? First of all, they had farmers, like you see. They would plant food and plant crops and do fishing and sell their products and bring in the money and share out. They call it table banking. So those are the focus that we are doing on women who are not so endowed like most of us, and they have used their monies very well. One of the pictures, as you see there, is among the books that the student received, and the excitement was amazing because most of them have never received books or have their own book to claim that today I'm reading my book. So that was an excellent touch that I'm proud to say Rotarian were part of it. In 2018, we did our medical mission, which was a very huge success. As I had said, we take care of a whole human being. A healthy person will be able to do her business and invest and create other stuff. Our medical director then was Dr. Aduma, who is based in Delaware. So he was very kind enough and so made sure that we had medicine and we had all that stuff. Somebody would ask, but how do you do it? You're here in the US and then you have all these friends all over US and people are in Kenya. This was possible because we worked with the community in Kenya, professionals, volunteers, to make it work. So over 2,000 patients were seen in 3 different locations. So that was a huge success, and that is what we are all about: educating, educating, educating. If you educate persons, you will realize that they will be able to do better. These were the leadership that went to the medical mission in 2018. They're all based here in the US. The doctor on the left is Dr. Aduma was talking about. And I must say that as much as some of the doctors here did not go with us, Dr. Thatcher was very instrumental. You all know Dr. Thatcher, Brian Thatcher. He was able to offer a lot of supplies that we also shipped during the times that we were shipping the rest of the books down to Kenya. So that was a huge, huge success. So thank you again. Sorry about that, that was my other slide. In 2019, we were fortunate enough to have a gala represented by Dr. Thatcher, who was our guest speaker. And Ed doesn't seem to like food, as you can see. But then it was a wonderful meeting. It was intended for raising funds. And I want to say that it was a huge success. Peter, who is the owner of Private Chef, was so kind enough to give us his kitchen, and we were able to cook food, and very many people went with the food. So just FYI, if this COVID-19 goes, there's one coming in 2019. Don't miss. The food was very delicious. What am I trying to say here? We work with the local community. We engage each and everybody who is willing to volunteer to help us. So many of our Rotary members were able to donate to this. Please officially, I know I sent you letters, but allow me to say thank you. On this day, majority of our friends in Rotary were participants, either in their check form, in hands-on. Miss William Deborah was the mover. I'm telling you, she can move. Thank you, Miss Debbie. Debbie made sure that everything was on time. If you want anybody to check on your time, keep time. That was a message. I want you to keep time next time. So thank you, Debbie. You made it all work, and everybody who participated. This was in lieu of raising funds. Again, we rely on well wishes as I began, just to do the right thing. Again, we were very fortunate this year, 2019, in Houston. We had a huge crowd that supported us as well. In Houston, the gala was attended by the attorney Sonia Rush, and also one of our secretary, Ms. Zane, who has a Mendi Swahili cuisine, and she was able to work with private chef of Peter, and they organized this for us to raise funds again. So again, I just want to say thank you. People are coming in and helping us make a difference, even if it is one person, locally or internationally. It is something that you will look back and say, I'm glad I was part of it. I'm glad I did something through, I hope, I'm just a messenger. The rest of the thing are done by every well-wisher in here or outside the community. So we are very grateful for this team. They were able to organize this, and it was such a success in 2019 February. As I said, we do a lot of education, and during this education, we have one of our team board members. Her name is Rosalyn Okendo. She is an RN BSN based in Illinois, Chicago. She always tries to do a lot of education because that's her forte. She loves it. So she went to about 3 regions and was able to do 2,000 patient teaching, using again the local professionals to make outreach. What was she teaching about? Diabetes, common diseases, cancer, and you know, cancer, unfortunately, back home, people don't talk about, you know, like prostate cancer. It's like a taboo. So guys die not because they cannot get healed quicker, it's because of those cultural issues. So those are some of the teaching that Miss Rosalyn was able to do and enlighten them and look, you know, and let them know that, hey, you don't have to go that route. Domestic violence, which is a huge problem because of the culture again, that males kind of domineer and ladies don't talk about, you know, issues. So there's a team, a doctor known as Dr. Sheba, who deals with these issues of domestic violence, and was able to teach them that, hey, there's a difference. You can do something different and talk in a different way and bring that counseling situation. So I hope is using all avenues, using all expertise, all the people who are interested in touching lives in that particular way. So education has been a very big prospect for us, because when you educate somebody, that person will educate other 10 people. So it allows people to be aware, and awareness is created all through, health-wise or education-wise. This year, the ladies that we were talking about, the widows, you remember they had a very good plantation early last year. This March, let me just draw you back to this if I may. Sorry. So this, there you go. This is their plantation. It was all growing well and everything is good. Come this year, these women that are hardworking, that do not rely on being given and that's it, they lost everything. These are their houses, as you can see. all submerged. Nothing. They've lost everything. Some have had their children die because of this. They cannot cross to go to their homes. They are now in shelters because of the havoc rain. So I hope as a relationship with them, and we had to think quicker and do something about it. So we've been looking for friends again and saying, hey, you helped us make some business for these ladies. They've lost all that they had, their animals, their houses, their kids. Some have died. How can we help them get back to their feet? COVID-19 is on. That's one. The rain havoc is on. That's two. Jobs are scarce because there's curfew also in Kenya. They're not as fortunate as us here in America, thank God, where some of us have been able to get the money to move on at least, and jobs to continue working. Some do not have jobs right now. Their businesses are down. So we've been raising funds, and we hope that will make a difference in their lives. So if it dawns on you or you have that faith, please feel free and join us to help these families get back into their feet. I hope I have enough time. As we are collecting funds, we do not want to keep funds and not give them to the right persons. So this is Kayole, one of the areas in Nairobi where we did our medical mission. They don't have jobs, they live in the slums, and they don't have food. Somebody asked me, what can $20 do? I tell you, that $20 will definitely pay for 6 families for 2 days or 3 days. They will survive even 7 days, just spreading it out. So right now, they don't have nothing. So whatever little friends and well-wishers donate, and I have about 3/4 of you have donated towards this, please, thank you. Accept our thank you. So we have already started doing that, and these are volunteers who are helping to distribute soap, water, and masks at this particular time. And we are proceeding on also to the ladies that we talked about to make them have a life, at least, and move on and do something for themselves. How are we doing that? We have t-shirts. I have one right here. And the t-shirt goes for only $25. But right now, we are giving it for free. Just give us what you want, so that we help these ladies, these women, these young kids get nutrition. So whatever you have, let me know. I'll bring it to you, whatever size it is. And just donate whatever God gives you. What else do we do? We offer scholarship. We have had about 4 students that we offer. One child per year is $600. For a college student like the one that I put up here, who has been very, very instrumental to us, he's in medical school right now, nursing school rather. He's about to finish. What did happen? When we started off with him 3 years ago, he didn't know what to do. He was giving up. The parents are not able, and we were like, he's a smart student. We're gonna have him and help him the best way we can. So again, we embarked on working with Ash as leaders and contributing whatever we had, and friends helping us out. And he has only 1 more year. So he's remaining with $1,000 to finish that. We are just hoping we will make it for him to graduate. And what has that given us? It has given us, I hope, ambassador for life. Anytime a medical camp is coming on, this young man known as David will be there and will do everything. This is him down here. He likes all children, working with PD. He's helping out. And he has done this in all our missions and all our education tours. So as I said, when you touch a life, it just makes a whole difference. So this is who we are, and this is what I hope does all year round, and that's what we do. The kids up here, some of them do not have parents, and they're very bright. We took only one. Why? because we didn't want to give them hope where there is no hope. So per year, each child is $600. And the worst part of it, they're out of school right now. Not like here, we are so lucky and we thank the US government because students are learning via virtual schools. Them, no, nothing is going on. So our whole generation will have a gap of no education. I don't know what will happen. We only hope that they can get access to the books that we had given them and they can read at least to enhance their studies. Finally, and not least, these were the programs we had in place. So February, we had Houston Gala, which happened, thank God. March, we were able to have Rosalyn Okendo of Illinois to go do the medical mission, our medical teaching, which 2,000 persons were young and old were able to get education and training and awareness of domestic violence, stroke, diabetes, and cardiac issues. Hopefully in October, if all goes well, we want to welcome you officially to the gala. And if all goes well, in November, tentatively, we do have our date set for 21st November to 1st of December for our medical mission, if all goes well and everybody's cleared of the COVID-19. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I summarized just to let you that we welcome. We are an organization of kindness and we have done a few things here and there that has been able to be fruitful. And join us. We are a group that work with volunteers. Feel free if you want to be part of us and help us move it a little further. Don't mind my stuff there. So if you do have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free now. And thank you for this opportunity, my fellow Rotarians.
Thank you for being here and speaking to us today. Does anybody have any questions?
Ed has a question.
Ed?
Hey, Rose. Thank you for all of that. It's, as always, very enlightening. I think one of the things that was most impressive to me when you had the gala last fall was the number of people, not just locally, but from around the country and even around the world. And I was wondering if you could speak a little bit about the organization in terms of what do you have for actual staff and what you have for volunteers.
I'm not sure whether I got you right. Actual staff and what we have for volunteers.
Who gets paid and how many people just volunteer their time, approximately?
Great question. We don't pay anybody. Everybody does this voluntary, which is very tough, as I must confess. We rely on volunteers from myself, Christine, and my president. I am the founder now. We try to delegate so that we have enough help. We are 7 of us who are coordinating all this, but we have volunteers all over, as I had said. My friend Rosalyn went to Kenya. We have on the ground about 100 volunteers who come in to give back through their expertise. And that's exactly what we are doing here. My background of education and as a nurse allows me to do the best I can and consult with the doctors in cases where I cannot. I hope that answers your question.
It does. Thank you very much.
And just to add on to it, our 2018 mission created a finding. So the village we went to did not have a dispensary or a clinic. Women gave birth alongside roads, and I had discussed this with some of you. They're now able to engage the government. The government is willing to create a dispensary, and we hope that we will be able to help with the training and supplies. So the mission gave away of bringing at least a clinic to a community of over 500 to 1,000 people, at least to have that kind of opportunity. Any other question?
Anybody else have any questions? Well, once again, I'd like to thank you, Rose. It was very interesting.
Yes, so you see how your books were able to reach Kenya, and now we have students sitting and enjoying the books. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
You take off your screen.
Sure, I don't know how.
Okay.
Can you do that?
You might want to mention that we're a little late for happy thoughts, but we need people
I think
to do 50/50.
we're running a little late for the happy thoughts today. I knew we had a few speakers and we wanted to make sure we got everybody in. And it wouldn't really do a lot of